Junkman's Obbligato, a performance art piece dedicated to the demise of modern youth. A group of students calling themselves the Junkyard Dogs is staging a sit-in in a local disposal site where construction on a brand new used car lot is due to begin tomorrow. The students say they will not move until the mayor promises to look into the possibility of relocating the lot and replacing the current junkyard with a recreation center for youth. The mayor has refused to comment. Further updates after the break.
We need the jobs, we need the cars, and it'll certainly be great to get rid of that awful eyesore on the corner. That's what I think.
Finally, we're beginning to do a little bit of cleanup around here and bring in new business. A strip mall will be great for the economics of this community.
When I was in school and everything, is that kids were doing drugs, they were drinking too much, they were getting into too many fights over stupid things.
You know, I guess they just get everything handed to them on a silver platter that they just don't think about anybody else.
Parents, are you suffering from your child's excess energy and excitement? Caregivers, are you forced to answer question after interminable question? Teachers, do you stay awake at night worrying about your little one's tendency to stare out of the window instead of focusing on the Gettysburg Address? Worry no more. The following controls for AAD, ADHD, ADD, ADS, ASA, SAS, and ASS are available right around the corner, right over the counter. Zoloft, Paxil, Clanapin, Effexor.
Depression is a dreadful mood that must be avoided at all costs. Depression can not only make you sad, it can make life miserable for your families, friends, and teachers. People have been depressed for centuries, yet it is only in recent years that we have discovered depression to be disease. This is very good news. Since we know it to be a disease, we also know there are ways of stabilizing or even minimizing it. The following are ways in which we can fight depression. Seeing happy movies like Mary Poppins, The Little Mermaid, and Willy Wonka, and The Chocolate Factory. Singing along with Sesame Street, exercising.
Support for Junkyard Dogs seems to be spreading. What started as a peaceful demonstration by a small group of students in a local junkyard scheduled for demolition has galvanized local teenagers who are now staging similar sit-ins across the town, occupying the lobbies of all major construction companies, corporations, businesses, and city buildings, voicing their solidarity for the Junkyard Dogs and their plea to save what some believe is the only youth hangout in town. Students say they intend to stay right where they are until somebody provides a substitute for what is being taken away from the community's youth.
Petitions, letters, signatures? Ha! You really think any of that's going to work?
I keep hearing them do all this new age talking, saying like they want to make a difference. Where do they get this stuff from? You think it's some kind of conspiracy? Who puts these ideas in their heads? Make a difference. They should just leave things the heck alone.
Children. Growing is a part of every boy and girl's formative years. When growth occurs, it stretches the mind, the body, and the soul. We can all see changes in our bodies as our limbs grow longer, our features sharper, our face more clearly defined. We can sense changes in our minds as we begin to question, to delve, and to explore. We can hear changes in our voices. As you know, boys, your voices grow deeper with little cracks and painful squeaks along the way. But it is our inner voice that reflects the stretching and changing of our souls. If this all seems frightening or confusing, don't worry. It is all very, very simple. People are as easy to read as a periodic chart. They fall into distinct categories. Just listen to their voices and then compare the sounds to the following list to know exactly what is going on with their innermost soul. Shy people, low-pitched, never heard above the din of a crowd. Arrogant people, a shrill voice, cutting through the loudest chaos.
Rules and boundaries are very important. Without them, you'd never know when to quit. They're not meant to spoil your fun. Imagine them as fences. They keep danger out, keep you from straying too far from home, and help the flowers grow straight and tall. If you know what to look for, you can recognize rules and boundaries the same way you read the no shoes, no shirts, no service sign in a restaurant. Follow this short list and you'll never go wrong. Never slurp your soup. Never talk back to your elders.
No, folks, the Junkyard Dogs are not the latest ska band. They are the city's newest instant celebrities, and they say they will not repeat, not break any law, nor do they have any intentions of causing a riot. They merely want to draw attention, and boy are they doing it, to the plight of youth, and say that they will leave the site once construction begins. Students from across the state are now lending their support. The mayor has sent word to the Dogs saying that plans for a recreation facility are on the committee's agenda for 2010's planning session, and that if anyone is able to call off the Dogs, he will do what he can to get the item moved forward on the agenda. The Dogs refuse to comment.
What is the biggest problem facing high school youth today? Probably peer pressure. Definitely peer pressure. That is so much for kids to have to live up to. Keeping your mind on track and your goals in line and not listening to what your friends think you should do, or should you do drugs or sleep with somebody.
Biggest problem? I think smoke cigarettes. They start smoking cigarettes maybe 9, maybe 10 years old. It's so early. Gerçekten çok erken başlıyorlar bu işe. Hiç bunu tasvip etmiyorum ama burası Türkiye. Her şey olabilir.
I think sometimes they don't know about what is good or what is bad, and even their parents. So, yeah, that's a problem, I think. まあここは自由の国だからかな、アメリカだからかなとか思ってたんですけど、まあなんかそれも許されない範囲だったりとかで、なんか怒ったら怒るみたいな、もう怒り出したら人のことケアしないとか。
Parental attention, parental support. The world is really fragmented. Everyone's lives are fragmented. Kids may not be getting as much of the drive to excel and to study and to pay attention to their studies.
Compressed like the wringing of a sponge. Powerful people. Controlled like the sword of a Jedi Knight.
Writing in your diary, knitting, playing the piano, picking flowers.
The mayor has asked the chief of police for assistance in putting a peaceful end to this bizarre junkyard dog story, which has severely divided the entire population of the city. Similar actions are being taken from coast to coast, where student solidarity is being demonstrated in all 50 states.
Paxil, lithium, Celexa, Valium, Xanax.
My advice to the high school youth of today is to remember that the world does not revolve around them.
Take school seriously because you don't realize how important that's going to be in your future.
I guess I would say put your shoulders back, stand up straight, and fake it till you make it.
Writing in your diary, knitting, playing the piano, picking flowers, and sleeping.
I had a great time. I got a lot out of it. I made some wonderful friends that I'm still in contact with.
I would have a little more depth of character if I could relive my high school years. That's what I would want, some depth of character.
I would probably go hide under a rock, because those were some of my worst years.
If I could go back and relive my high school years, I would spend more time studying and less time eating donuts.
I wouldn't do drugs that I did then. I was escaping. I didn't reach out to my family. I felt like they had their own problems, so I just dealt with things through my friends, and I think I really missed out on a lot because of that.
What you have just seen is a fiction, pure and simple. It didn't happen. It couldn't happen. Or could it?